All right, welcome to this explainer. We are jumping straight into a seriously captivating anthropological mystery today. Picture an island that was once crawling with giant rats and literal miniature elephants. I know, it sounds like something pulled straight out of a fantasy novel, but as we're going to see, it is deeply rooted in real cutting-edge genetic science. We're talking about the incredible, almost shape-shifting adaptability of the human species and how extreme environments can literally mold our bodies over time. It's a fascinating journey, so let's just get right into the data.
So first up, let's tackle a massive misconception. A lot of people wonder, could modern, short-statured human populations actually be the evolutionary descendants of the famous Indonesian hobbits? Now, if you aren't familiar, these ancient beings are known to science as Homo floresiensis. They were a distinct, incredibly small hominin species that once lived on the island of Flores in Indonesia. And for a long time, it was a totally valid question. People naturally thought, hey, did they pass their traits down to the shorter humans living in those exact same regions today?
Well, to put it clearly and definitively, no. Anthropological genetic studies have given us a resounding absolute no. There's zero evolutionary lineage connecting these two groups. And yeah, I get it. It seems totally counterintuitive since you've got two groups of remarkably short hominins from the exact same spot on the map, but the science here is crystal clear. All right, let's look at part 1, the genetic truth revealed, unraveling the DNA. So, if they aren't descendants, what exactly is their biological story, right? To figure that out, scientists had to go straight to the source, the genetic code. When they compared ancient Homo floresiensis with modern short-statured populations living right there on the island of Flores today, specifically groups like the Rampasasa pygmies, the research proved they share absolutely zero DNA with the ancient hobbits. Zero! I mean, think about how wild that is. The Rampasasa pygmies didn't inherit their stature from Homo floresiensis at all. Actually, their physical size is a totally unique, independent adaptation to the really intense environmental pressures of their home. Moving right along to section 2, convergent evolution, nature's independent designer. This brings up a really fun biological puzzle. If these two groups aren't related in the slightest, how on earth did they both end up so remarkably small in the exact same location? Well, the answer lies in one of nature's most brilliant workarounds, convergent evolution. This is basically the process where distinct evolutionary traits, like being super short, evolve completely independently in entirely unrelated groups. Nature essentially invented small human stature multiple times, completely from scratch. Why? Because both Homo floresiensis and modern human populations were adapting to the exact same highly specific environmental pressures. They didn't share genes, but they shared an environment, and that environment demanded a very specific physical design to survive.
Which leads us perfectly into part 3, the island rule, a formula for survival.
So, what environmental pressures actually force this kind of dramatic evolutionary change? Like, what is it about an island that literally shrinks hominins over generations? Well, biology actually has a specific name for this exact scenario. Documented brilliantly on the Smithsonian Human Origins page, the island rule is basically a biological math equation. Step 1, a population gets isolated on an island. Step 2, that island has a really limited food supply. There just aren't enough calories to go around. Step 3, there's a distinct lack of large predators, meaning you don't need to be massive to defend yourself or, run away. When you combine those 3 factors, step 4 is basically inevitable. Natural selection actively favors a smaller body size. It makes perfect sense, right? A smaller body needs way fewer calories, making it a highly energy-efficient adaptation for an isolated, resource-scarce environment.
Let's hit section 4, our shared ancient roots, the global connection.
Here's why this matters so much to every single one of us watching this explainer today. This isn't just some quirky story about an isolated island. It's a profound realization about the fundamental blueprint of the human species. Modern pygmy populations, like the Rampasasa, share the exact same global genetic pool as all other Homo sapiens on Earth. They are us. They simply adapted to extreme environments by utilizing highly flexible gene variants inherited from the ancient ancestors we all share. Every single one of us carries this incredibly flexible genetic toolkit, capable of molding our physical forms to survive whatever harsh environments nature throws our way. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this provocative thought to ponder. Knowing that the Rampapasa pygmies utilize the exact same global genetic pool that you and I possess to literally shape-shift their bodies for survival over generations, what other astonishing physical adaptations might our highly flexible, shared human DNA be waiting to unlock under the right environmental pressures? It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. It really makes you appreciate the superpower of human adaptability hiding inside all of our genes. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep questioning the science around you.